There are certain things your boss looks for when they're deciding whether to promote you. Not all of these things will make it to the job description for the position you are looking at. So you could go through your whole career not even knowing what these things are. And that's such a shame. But this video will tell you exactly what those things are. So let's look at why you're not getting promoted and what you can do about it. The first reason why you're not getting promoted is because you are too good at your job. Now you might be surprised to hear me say this, but being amazing at your job, knowing every detail of your role can be damaging for your future promotions. And here's why. It makes it harder for your boss to let you go, to allow you to move on, because it creates more work for them. They have to spend time and energy finding a replacement who can do the job just as well as you. But this doesn't mean you can slack off and become a terrible employee. This certainly won't win you points when you want a reference letter from your boss. So where does this leave you? How can you still be good at your job while giving yourself the best chance of getting promoted? Here's what you need to do. Share your knowledge with more people in the organization, specifically those people in charge of hiring decisions. This could look like inviting your boss or other bosses in the organization to a lunch and learn, where you teach them how to manage and complete a specific process. It could be writing an article or a report focused on your area of expertise that is published on the company's website or on social media. It could be creating a presentation for important clients where you give them helpful information and you invite senior managers from your company to attend. All of these ideas will help to position you as an expert and to connect you with important senior decision makers. The second reason you are not getting promoted is because you act like an employee. This means you stick to the tasks purely in your job description, you work only so that you are not fired, and you highlight problems but you never offer to provide a solution. These are the kinds of things that will make your boss think that you do not deserve to be promoted or you're not ready to be promoted. What this really comes down to is initiative, or more, not taking the initiative that you need to be recognized as a potential leader, to be recognized as somebody who deserves to be promoted into a higher level position. Jack Welch, in his biography, Jack, talks about moving out of the pack and how doing more than what was asked or more than what was expected helped him to get promoted during his career at General Electric. So if you don't want to act like an employee and you want to get promoted at work, here's what you need to do. Think of how you can do more than what your boss expects. How can you do more than what your boss has asked you to do? When you identify problems at work, be proactive in finding a solution and involve yourself in developing a solution by collaborating and communicating with your coworkers. Be present, be proactive, be supportive. These are the things that will help you get promoted, and especially get promoted into leadership. If you like this video so far and you want more content like this every week, then like this video below, subscribe to my channel, and let's get back to the content. Some people feel they are entitled to a promotion because they have spent a certain number of years in that role, in that company, and they feel because of that, they deserve to be promoted. Sometimes this happens in some companies if you're lucky, but more often than not, especially today, promotions are generally not decided on the amount of tenure or the number of years you have been working for the company. In competitive companies today, promotions are decided on merit and on contribution, not on entitlement or the amount of years you've been in that specific role. To make sure you don't act entitled and to help you get promoted, here is what you need to highlight: your contribution to the team or to the company, the results you have created for the team or the company, problems or challenges you have overcome in your job, your proactiveness in learning and developing. These are the things that your boss will care about, and these are the things that will convince them you deserve to be promoted. The fourth reason why you're not getting promoted is because you don't take feedback. If you get defensive when your boss gives you feedback, or if you refuse to act on their feedback, this is an indication to your boss that you are not serious about your career, and they're unlikely to promote you as a result. You have to remember that your boss gives you feedback to help you improve. So they have an external perspective. They can identify and see gaps in your skill set, where you are now to where you could be in the future. If you ignore this, it's like you're telling them that you're rejecting their help, you're rejecting their support. And this isn't a good connection to make with someone, especially if they are deciding whether you should be promoted or not. So here's what you need to do if you want to begin to take feedback in a more positive way so you can get promoted. Maintain your composure when somebody is giving you feedback. Try to not get angry. Try to not get upset. Take the feedback with an open mind because maybe the person giving you the feedback has a valid point. Always see what you can learn from the feedback. Quite often, there is some valuable learning point in any type of feedback that you get. It's important for you to remember that leaders take feedback all of the time. Yes, they give feedback, but they also receive feedback and they know how to take feedback well. If you can learn this early on in your career, then you can be promoted much faster. The fifth reason why you're not getting promoted is because you are not professional. If you are always negative in the office, if you openly argue with other professionals, if your behavior is just generally unprofessional, then that can be one of the reasons as to why you are not getting promoted. Being professional at work becomes more and more important the higher you climb in your career. And the reason for this is because you will have more exposure to important clients and high-level clients as you advance in your career. Your company need to know that when you are meeting with those clients, you will represent that company in the best possible light. Basically, as you advance into leadership and management, your company's reputation hinges on you. So the specific things you need to do to be more professional at work and hopefully get promoted are: treat all coworkers with kindness and respect. Don't talk negatively about your coworkers or anybody else in the company. Take responsibility for yourself, your actions, and your results, and show good time management skill. If you do all of these things, then you will be ticking the box of being professional at work. And if you refuse to speak up in meetings, if you refuse to take ownership of your ideas, if you refuse to share your knowledge and competence, then perhaps you don't self-promote enough. And that could be one of the reasons as well why you are not getting promoted. If that is the case, then you need to watch this video right here, which will definitely help you out with those things. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one about self-promotion.